looks like the right map.
Yep. I was trying to remember what happened last time. I think it was just you.
Yeah, last time it was just me. David was trying to be present, but he was at the bar with Sierra, so it was kind of hard to.
That was correct. Oh, okay. All right. Um, which case? If I'll say, I'll say, Tristan, I'll say, I'll ask David if he wants to participate in this. Um, so I'll ask David if he wants to participate in this. Do you do you want to participate in any of the games here?
From a
Or
meta perspective, I say do it.
Um,
Hmm?
well,
And then from a meta perspective, I say totally do it.
well, I only kind of remember what was going on. That being said, um, if Lettuce is in a place like this, excuse me, if he is in a place like this, yeah, he'd play a game. Play some games. Given his background, it would probably be something like blackjack or poker, or something with more of a strategy element and less of a random element to it.
Okay.
I believe they did have a poker game.
Say,
Because there was that whole conversation
there's
about,
po-
this
must say,
is
there's
dice
poke.
poker.
Hmm?
Because I believe they had poker, because I think that's what I was playing and was surprised that we weren't just using, Yahtzee dice poker rules.
Let's say, let's say there's poker, there's slots, and there's roulette.
Um, Poker. Where's my character? Where's my
Okay.
character not dropped?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
And this is the poker table right here.
Yoink.
Okay.
This is weird. I need to switch to the GM mode and check out what's going on with my token. It's weird. Sorry, one moment. If you don't mind, I'm actually going to switch to GM mode just for a mild bit of troubleshooting. But go on. Go on. So I walk over to the table.
Okay. Say that.
Association is.
Okay. While you were, I'll say, heading over to that. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, cool. So, David, the way that we were rolling this, we can do, we can do we can do it one of two ways. We can do it one of two ways. What I was doing is I was having, what Tristan and I did was rolling five D13s. And each one representing, each number representing, the number on cards.
Okay. How many? Okay.
So I'll say it was 5D13, and what you would do is each number represented something on the card. I'll say one through 10. I'll say well, basically 2 through 10. I'll say 2 through 10 was 2 through 10 was of course 2 through 10. 11 was a jack. 12 was a queen. 13 was a king. And a one counted as either a one or an ace, depending on what you wanted. And so you would roll your 5D13, and you would look at whatever numbers came up, and you could determine whether you want to keep what you had, or if you want to keep what you had. And similar to poker, you can trade out the cards. You can trade out a number of the cards that you have. And then you can, like, let's say you like, hey, I want to keep these two, but I want to get rid of these three. And you can do that. And you roll three more D13s. And you could, or you could just toss a whole hand and get a brand new one, up to you. And then at the end of that, then you would put your cards down against what I have. And if if the hand that you have is better than the hand that I have, then you win. There's that. Or I can just pull up the thing where I just deal cards to you and cards to me, and then we just see what we have.
I'm okay with the dice rolling method.
Okay. Cool. Cool. You have, you have three different competitions. You have one where it's just where there's one person waiting for somebody to come sit with them. There's another section of the table where it's two people who are playing against each other, and then you have what is known as the advanced table, where there are three people waiting for a fourth. So you can play against one person, two people. So you can have the one-on-one, like a triple threat or a fatal four-way. So you want to play against one person, two people, or three people. Difficulty level determines the amount that you get.
You know what? I'll go against 4.
Yeah, so you want to do the whole 4? God damn.
Yep.
Him go. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right then. I'll say the initial. For this one, the initial. The initial put in is 1,000 Pokebucks.
Okay, 1,000 Pokebucks.
Okay. Let's see. You will see a young lady, an older man, and someone who looks like someone's dad.
The older man is the biggest threat at the table.
No, so he's gonna kind of. No, so they're gonna kind of look at you and like, it's like what it was like, so what are you? It was like, so what's someone like you doing here?
Broadening my skill.
Strange place to broaden it.
You can learn a lot from being in a place like this.
the older gentleman look. He was like, yeah. He was like the best. He was like the best thing you can learn how to do is, he's like it's a good thing you can learn how to do. I'll say learn not to spend all your money.
I was thinking
And,
about, I was thinking about learning how to read people.
he was like, I suppose. And I'll say,
Have the cards been dealt yet?
let's see. Technically, yes. Let's see. Okay. Cool. All right. Yes, you would go ahead and do that. I'm gonna roll these to me. Right. You can take a look at your hand.
You said I could exchange up to 3?
No, you can exchange the entire hand if you want.
Okay.
You can determine. I'll say, looking at your hand, you have an ace, a 7, a 10, an 8, and a queen.
Yeah. I'm gonna exchange out this 7, 8, and 10.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay. You currently have, based on poker, you currently have an 8, and I'll say you currently have an ace high.
Yeah, but I have no pairs.
You have no
like
pairs or anything. You are welcome to look at your opponents. I know you said you're trying to learn how to read people. Is there anything you're trying to do?
Yeah. Can I use intuition to try to gauge how other people are viewing their own hands, of how confident they are in them?
Okay. Cool. Okay. Shit. Okay.
He's a cop.
Oh, okay. The the young lady looks to be about as confident as seems to be just about as confident as you are. It's like it's not the best, but she's pretty sure it's she kind of seems to have like this it's better than nothing type attitude. So whatever she has seems to be in this. I'll say from what you can tell, seems to be in the same ballpark of the situation that you're in. The older gentleman seems to be doing the same thing that you're doing, looking around. He seems like he doesn't have the best. He doesn't have the best thing going, but looking at her, and I'll say looking at her and the dad, he looks like he has just enough to beat them. The dad looks a bit like discouraged, like he has nothing, but he seems like he's trying to correct his face real quick. It's like he couldn't hide. You could tell that he couldn't hide the immediate disgust of his crappy hand. But he's like, shit, I'm in the middle of the game. And so, so he's trying to quickly correct his face. So one person who seems to be in your situation, i.e., you can kind of guess that they don't have any pairs either, but they feel pretty confident that they have a high card. The dad, I'll say the dad seems like he doesn't have much of anything. The older gentleman seems like he doesn't have much, but he thinks it's enough for him to be able to pull to kind of scrape by.
Okay. I would like to use guile to appear to be in a stronger position to kind of see if I can make someone else make my opponents fold by thinking I have a better hand than them. Behold my guile.
Oof. I mean, technically,
he's just a boy from the mountains. What do I know about lying and fibbing?
I mean, I could botch this, so. Oh, okay. The others don't seem to be too worried about you. The older gentleman definitely is not buying your bullshit.
Okay.
You will be aware that you do have the option of folding, which means that you will not lose your full amount, but you will lose. You'll lose 200.
Okay, I will.
So if you're confident, you can just go ahead and lose 200, and you can lose 200, and then instead of losing a full 1,000. Or you can take your chances.
I'll take my chances.
Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. The young woman will place your cards on the table. You place yours, ace high. The young woman look a little like aggravated. She's like, ah, and she'll slam her card down. She has a king high. The father will put his card down. He has an 8 high. He kind of got screwed on that one.
Okay.
Like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. The older gentleman seems to squeak by. Seems to squeak by with a pair of 3s.
Ah, okay.
The dealer will push the pot towards him. And so he's like, goody. He's gonna look at you guys and be like, do you got any more money from me? The woman's gonna look. She was like, I want my money back, and she's gonna pop down another 1,000. The dad is gonna be like, I don't really think I have anything. He was like, I'm still a little bored. but I'll see what I can do. He'll pop down another 10. I mean, he'll pop down another 1,000.
Just because you fallen down once, it doesn't mean you stop. I'll put down another 1,000.
He's gonna be like, "Ah, that's exactly what I like to hear." He's like, "All right, deal." So they're going to deal you your cards. And
Roll 20, roll 20, roll 20. I'll take out the 7 and the 3.
okay.
Oh shit. were you doing slots?
No, I was doing the poker.
uh,
I also did the roulette and sucked at that, so.
I was hoping that roll 20 would be giving me like 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Yeah, no, roll 20 was not very generous. At least when I was doing it.
Okay.
And Tristan did pretty good because Tristan had like a pair of kings and one, and then Tristan's thing, he had a pair of kings and a pair of sevens. So he had two pair, one of them.
I didn't do terrible. I came out ahead, but you look like you're definitely having a harder time with poker than I was. Though I was doing little things that were helping, like I was using my aura reading and telepathy shit to get vibes on people, which was helping.
Yeah. Well, the best I can do is just do that the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I know. You were doing. Yeah. All it was doing was giving me an extra D to do what you were doing.
Yeah, and then Tristan got that one where he got three aces.
Yeah.
He had 3 of a kind. Because I remember Tristan was just fucking running the tables for a minute.
Okay. Well, what I will do is I will fold, but I will be in for a third round.
Now, he wasn't that great at slots. We'll say Tristan wasn't doing that great at slots at the time. Okay. Which case? Currently you have a 9 high.
Yeah.
Wait a second, you got rid of the 7 and the 3?
Yeah, the first 2.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you have a 9 high. What would you like to do?
Well, I know I just said I was going to fold, but let's... I don't know. Maybe they're rolling as bad as I am.
Do you want to intuition it?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Young lady looks a bit irritated. Young lady looks a bit irritated. You're fairly certain she's in the exact same position she was in last round. The older gentleman kind of seems a bit sour. You can kind of pick up that he seems as if he is in a similar predicament that you are in right now.
Okay.
Dad, however, his face immediately lights up. I'll say you see his eyes just kind of bug out of his head, before he quickly tries to gain his composure back and start holding his cards very close.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll continue on.
Okay. Go ahead and lay your cards down. It is a 9 high. I must say 9 high for you. It's a king high for the young lady. A 9 high for the older gentleman, and 3 10s, so three of a kind for the dad. As he proceeds, as the dealer will shove the pot to him, as he rakes in his for his 4 grand. You're like, whew, man, I can actually go home now. He's like, man, my wife would have killed me if I came home broke. Whew. I say the older gentleman's gonna laugh. The older gentleman's gonna laugh. He's like, yeah, I get it. He's gonna look at you. How's about you? He's like, how's about you, youngster? How's about you, youngster? It's like, you got someone. You got someone special. You got to go home to.
No.
Don't worry. I'll say, where he's gonna be like, where are you from?
Ooh, David is reading the name that starts with a G. Galler.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Huh. I'll say we don't really have too many. I'll say we don't really have too many of you country folk out here.
Yeah. Well, I'm testing myself by going through the region.
Oh, okay. So what is it that you're trying to test?
Well, my my general skills and dedication. I figure if I could get past the qualifying rounds in a league, then I have proved myself enough that I'll be able to do pretty much anything else that I set my mind to.
You see that? We got ourselves a trainer here. I said, like, you see that? We got a trainer. He's gonna kind of laugh. He's like, don't you feel bad taking money from this little kid? He's like, hey, yo. He's a trainer. You can go out there and you can win it all back. Like, I'm pretty sure there's enough people out there for him to beat.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of like can't be as bad as that other kid who was over here.
Other kid.
They're gonna kind of point over across the room point over across the room to Jay, who is currently at the roulette table. People are currently cheering for him.
Huh. Well, hopefully then. Um,
They're
hopefully
gonna look
then
at
I'll
you.
be able to at least be on par. So, are people in here all the time?
They're gonna be like, "We're here." He's like, "We're here." So it was like some people. It was like some people are in here more than they should be. They're gonna kind of laugh. And, he was like, some of us really shouldn't be in here. And I'll say the older gentleman is gonna look. He was like, and some of us don't really have much to do. So yeah, we find ourselves in here a fair amount.
Yeah, David was remembering that there was something odd about the participants here.
That's not, the participants were winning a lot. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'll say people were winning. People seem to be winning more than normal from what I'll say from what you were told.
Now that I've walked, now that I've walked in. Okay.
I'll say there seemed to be a strange amount of participants actually managing to win. Um, well, as far I'll say with what you're doing right now, you won't really notice it because I'll say what with what you're noticing right now, this isn't something that you're able to realize because since you all are playing against each other, um, people seem to be winning against the house.
Okay. So if
So
I
it
was
seems to
doing
be the big.
blackjack, I may notice it more.
Yeah, if you were actually playing something where it was you again, if it was you against like, if it was you against the casino, then yeah. Currently, it's just you against other people. So this is one of the things where it's a bit more difficult to notice it.
Okay. Well, I think I'll abdicate some of my time to Triss since
Well,
spend
Triss has already
time
done
on
all.
you.
You're catching up with me at this
Oh,
point.
okay.
This is what I was doing last
Yeah.
session while you guys were doing whatever you were doing.
But I figured that was only happening because of my inability to fully participate.
I was giving you a chance to I was giving you a chance to participate in some of the games if you wanted to.
No, in that case, then I'd like to go another round in this,
Okay.
and then and after this, I would for kicks like to try the slots.
Okay. One more round.
Oh, I will re-roll that too.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
that looks pretty good.
That's
Now that
actually really good.
now that I've told Roll20 that I'm going to go over to something that's not this.
Last one. Okay. Cool. All right. I've rolled mine. Up to you. Do you want to make a roll?
Okay, insight roll.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
People on 15.
Cool. All right. Um, you will notice the young woman she seems to be in the same predicament that you were in yesterday. I say same predicament that you were in with the last hand. The older man seems to also be in the same predicament that you were in with the last hand. The father, you feel you picking up that he actually seems to be in a similar situation with you right now.
Oh,
He feels almost as confident as you. You can't tell if it's a little more or a little less. You can tell that it's close between two of you.
okay. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm ready to see how this goes on. I might actually get some.
Okay, cool. Young lady places her card down, 10 high. The older gentleman places his card down, 10 high. You place your cards down, pair of sixes, pair of eights. This gentleman places his cards down, pair of sixes, pair of sevens.
Oh,
You win.
damn! Nice.
That was like, God damn. I was looking at this. I was like, okay, that's kind of crap. That's kind of crap. Wow. Did he just? Wow. Okay. There we go. Okay. So you took the other one. Cool. All right. So that means that you walk away with the pot of. I must say, you walk away with the pot of 4,000. I must say 4,000.
Okay. Oh, thank you for your time and your skill. I think I'll be bowing out of the next round.
All right.
Good
They're
luck, old man.
gonna. Hmm?
So good luck, old man.
He's gonna smile, and he was like, "Nice having you here." All right. Which case, so you said you're going over to the slots.
Yep.
Okay. Slots. Okay. What I need you to do for me, I'll say, how many times? I'll say, Tristan did 5 pulls. I believe each pull was, each pull was 5 Pokebucks.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Each pull was 5 Pokebucks. Tristan was doing 5 pulls, doing 5 pulls a piece.
Um, I will. Oops. I will go for 10 pulls.
Okay, cool. I need you to make me 10. I'll say 10 pulls of. I'll say I need you to make me 10 pulls of 3d6. So 10 separate rolls of 3d6. Okay, let's see what you did. Okay.
And this is going to be more interesting than anything else, given the spread.
Okay, let's see. All right, so it was 5 apiece, and you spent basically $50. All right. Da. Okay. I'm about to say you managed to walk away with 140 Pokebucks.
Oh, okay. Cool. I wasn't sure if items were going to fall out or something. You said 100 and what?
140. Spent 50, you walk away with 140.
Okay. Interesting.
Do you wish to be more reckless and do it again?
Can I intuit the machine?
Sure. Um, are you trying to figure out whether you can whether you can win or not?
I'm trying to figure out if there is. Excuse me.
Are,
If
are
there's
you trying to figure out the
anything off with the machine. Ah, it's a 14 this time.
Okay. I mean, the machine seems okay. Nothing particularly seems off about it. Yeah, nothing seems particularly off about the machine.
Okay.
You're pretty sure the machine doesn't have it out to get you.
Okay.
All right. Would you like to play again, or would you?
I think I'll go and find Jay.
Okay, cool. In which case, you will find Jay. And around about the time where you see Jay end up winning the jackpot,
Forgot about that.
Of course.
I'll say where you will see Jay winning the jackpot. That is going on. Once you see, I'll say when you're walking over there with him, saying that they have a winner, is around the same time where you will see a young woman run into the, I'll say run into the building. Claiming that her children have, that her children have been kidnapped,
Uh-oh.
and that is where it left off last time.
All right. What do you mean kidnapped?
Huh?
The music comes to a screeching halt.
Hmm.
You said you said to her what now?
I was like, what do you mean kidnapped? What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
She was like, it was like we were on a, it was like we were on a school it was like we were on a field trip. It was like we were on a field trip, and my students, they were some sort of, there was like some sort of icy some sort of sudden snowstorm blew in. I must say some sort of sudden snowstorm blew in, and it I must say and the and it I must say it blinded us, and whatever it was, something ran onto something, blew into the bus, and we heard some screams, and then when the snow relented and me and the driver could finally see, all six of the kids were gone.
God, I'm getting really tired of this guy. He's gonna be somewhere. He's gonna be digging, and this entire thing is gonna be totally avoidable. But he's being a prick.
well, I was just thinking if I wanted this much snow, I'd go back home.
We saw we saw Paw Prince heading up into the mountain range. We saw Paw Prince heading up into the mountain range, but there seemed to be so many of them, and we think it might have been Pokemon that kidnapped our kids, but that doesn't seem right. Pokemon don't kidnap children,
Usually.
right? Usually, wait.
Pokemon have been known to do some weird shit. Okay.
Wasn't there a Mankey that captured someone one time?
Yeah.
And plus, we capture them. No, bad time? Okay. By the way, if this is what we think it is, we can certainly look into it for you. Can you give us a description?
Of the kids?
Well, yes.
Okay. Cool. Alright. The kids.
You don't actually have to give me a description of the entire class, but I just wanted to say it so the character would then have an idea of what to look for.
Oh, she will let you know. Six kids. I'll say 6 kids, ranging between the ages of 3 to 9. And I'll say 1 kid is 3, 2 of them are 6, 2 of them are 7, 1 of them is 9.
Okay.
I'll say each of them. I'll say each of them has. I'll say each of them seems to have their own little Pokemon with them.
Okay. Well,
But they're
were the
barely trainers.
Pokemon taken too, as well?
Hmm?
Were the Pokemon taken as well?
Yes.
Okay.
The Pokemon were still in their balls, so they were taken as well. They said that the tracks led into the tree into the forest, heading towards the mountain, not heading towards one of the mountain ranges of the Temple of the Unknown. Wasn't heading to the Temple of the Unknown, but it's a. Let me drag you guys back to the map so that you can see. They were heading towards. See, shift pane. Right here. They were heading. I'll say the footsteps seem to be heading in that direction. From what they noticed, there seem to be several sets of paw prints. One really big set of paw prints, and then several smaller ones that seem to be following behind it.
Yeah.
So, from what they seem to be thinking, probably like a total of about 10 set, somewhere nearly about a dozen set of paw prints. None of those prints. I must say, none of the prints that were left in the snow that pretty much blew in seem to be the kids. So they were probably carried off.
All right.
But they're afraid.
Yeah,
They're afraid to go into. They're afraid to go into the woods because they were told. I'll say from what they said. They said there seemed to be a bit of a heading into the woods. There was like this ominous frosty mist that was kind of radiating deep into the woods.
Doesn't surprise me. All right.
They're gonna be like, he was like, "Can someone please help?"
We'll help. Just 2 seconds. Can I totally help this lady? Can I get that as a voucher or whatever?
They're gonna be like, "Oh, sure."
Because obviously I can't carry the bucket with me right now, but I'd like to come back and.
Yeah, so they're gonna be like, "Oh, sure, of course." Just get your name. Just get your name and information and your effectively social security number for tax purposes. But we can get that ready for you. So when you come back, you can claim it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Take 3 seconds to get that settled, and then we are totally off to.
Okay. All right. They are going. Masay, she is going to lead you out to Masay. She is going to Masay help lead you out to this general area. So, is there anything in particular that you guys are trying? I'll say, are you stopping to do anything before you go?
Let's see. Can't think of anything special we need to do. We've done mountaineering and shit already, so we've got all the gear for that.
Yeah, and we have the bikes.
Yeah.
Perhaps something in case that we can hitch to one of the bikes to carry people in case we have to.
So blankets and maybe some kind of sled type
Yeah.
thing. Pretty sure Siri can do that with her ice powers. Failing that, Doo-Doo can just turn into one.
Always great to have Doo-Doo.
Yep. Yeah, make sure we got basic basic emergency dealing with cold supplies from the general shop.
Lollipops.
Yep, gotta keep those right next to the tear gas.
Yes. We'll buy candy. Because candy convinces kids to do the safety things.
Hey, kids, you want some candy?
I realized that how it was sounding as I was saying it, which is why I had to be like, how can I pivot this? I mean it in only the best of ways.
Like, there's no fixing this.
I'll buy 200 Pokebucks worth of candy.
Okay. You will have 200 Pokebucks worth of bait. worth of child bait.
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Oh shit.
Have you already checked in with? Has the lady already checked in with the local Jenny?
Yes. I'm gonna say yes. They found the police report, and they're trying to get a local crew. They're trying to get a local crew together, see what can be done. I'm gonna say they're a bit overwhelmed at the moment, but they did say that the locals plan on getting together to try to search the area. But I just wanted to make sure that something could be done in the time being.
Understood. I take 2 seconds to check in with them. Have to go back downstairs to get another fork because I just dropped mine.
Oh, I think it'd be funny if all of the Jennies, or the Jenny, and people who are not Jenny, were like enraptured by the game room. So the game room was like a malicious element. You could check for your missing kids, but can't you see where shooting crabs here?
We got stuff to do here. You see, I could be a normal person, but
Ooh, a town that's slowly replacing the people with dittos.
That's fucked up. Especially to walk back in on.
I just started off saying it'd be kind of neat if like if the Jenny and the not Jennies were enraptured by the gaming center to make the gaming center like a malicious element.
Mm.
And then the dittos arrived.
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Also, like to check in with my ranger contact, see if there's any rangers in the area who, or at least know the area that might be able to help coordinate with us.
You know who might show up
Oh,
to do that, though, right?
Mm. I'm hoping to be halfway up the mountain before they can get a chance to get here.
Mm.
okay. What you? I must say. I must say you are looking for your. I must say looking for your contact. Da, 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 da. And you do. I must say. She will tell you that currently. I must say currently they are. I must say currently they seem to be. I must say they seem to be dealing with a bit of a disturbance. I must say they seem to be dealing with a bit of a disturbance um, around, I must say, around the Great Marsh. I must say, there's a bit of a disturbance around the Great Marsh. Um, Appears to be some sort of, for lack of a better term, a dragon attack that is going on around there.
No, you sure said hi. Seriously. I was like, okay, so no rangers available. Do you know? Do the rangers know of anybody in the area who might be helpful?
Uh, the Rangers seem to have kind of gathered to attempt to try to deal with this because, like they said, it is effectively.
That's why I said, people who
It,
are not. That's why I asked about people who are not rangers as well.
um, the police. The police in the local area are currently, assembling a group to go try to, search the woods.
Okay, so no,
Uh,
like safari gym or something in the area that they might be aware of. Got it.
no, I must say there's the gym. I must say, hold up.
He's like, those crazed characters that showed up back in season one before we had rangers, where they're just people who happen to be eccentric and attuned to the wilderness for some reason. The video game called them
Yeah.
mountaineers and shit.
Are you talking about the guy with the gun that was in the safari zone?
Yeah, him.
Freaking A.
But I had a few other
I
people
must say,
like that, where it was like they were one-off characters, but but they knew the land and stuff, so they'd be useful in a situation like this, and may or may not be contacted by the cops.
oh yeah, there are hikers. There are hikers. There are the generic hikers around here. They are also part of the group.
Okay, so the cops already talked to them.
Yeah, so I must say the cops are pretty much the cops are there not so much to I must say the cops are there because they have Growlithe, and I must say the cops are there because they have Growlithe, who should be pretty good with the search. The hikers are there to help them through the mountains because they're police officers, not hikers, and and then you have your concerned citizens. So the hikers are just hikers, and the Jennies are there with their Pokemon for protection for people in case they run into something. But they're pretty much they're pretty much just trying to spread out and search this entire area of woodland. So that is a lot of space to try to cover, and they're also going to try and search this space in case they went over here as well. So they're pretty much just searching all of these woods around here because they don't know. They say they know they saw footprints go over there, but they don't want to just go chasing after the footprints and possibly miss. So they have a lot of space to try to cover.
Yeah, which is fine. Just wasn't sure if there's any bases they hadn't covered. Sounds like, or resources they didn't have available that I did. It sounds like they've covered everything aside from superpowers. So
Yeah, the police are actually being police. They're doing their job. I say they're treating this like an Amber Alert, all points. I'll say, Sienna is gonna look at you guys. Is gonna look at you guys like, are we actually going? Is like, are we actually going up into the mountains to go deal with some spooky ice apparition?
You
Well,
sound surprised. This is hardly the weirdest thing we've dealt with since you joined up with us.
see,
I know,
kids are
but
involved.
she was like, yeah, but this part of the Pokemon journey.
Yeah, can be.
All right, so should we let them get the experience with this?
I mean, they're getting the experience regardless. We're just making sure they get back from the experience safely.
I forgot Ranger.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, I didn't join up with you guys because it would be boring. So long as you guys promise to get hit instead of me, then I think we'll be fine.
I think we can do that.
All right. So in which case, you guys heading. I'm about to say the Jennies are getting everyone straight, considering that you are not actually, saddling up with them. You can actually leave out ahead of them.
Well, make sure they're at least aware that we're involved.
Okay. They'll ask. I'm about to say the Jenny will ask, the Jennies will ask if you wish if you want to join up with them.
We'll make better time on our own, but if you have a radio or just want to contact us via Pokedex, that's great, so we can at least coordinate and stay in touch.
Okay. They'll give you their number. I'll say they'll ask for your number and they'll tell you. Actually, no, they'll tell you what frequency to tune into.
Okay.
They'll give you a radio. They'll give you a radio frequency. You can tune it into your Pokedex so that you can be able to get into the effectively local. I'll say the local militia. I'll say the local emergency Veilstone militia line.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Pokegear. Okay, it sounds like we're pretty much ready to head on out.
Yep.
Right. So in which case, you guys will head out first, making your way to the edge of the forest. I'll say making your way to the edge of the forest. The the teacher will actually accompany you to where they were, where the bus was. Um, even though it is daytime outside, for some reason it appears fairly dark in these woods as you look forward. And as you look into the woods, it's almost as if whatever sunlight does not seem to be piercing the tree line. So it's just kind of dark in there, and you do see this like rolling fog that's probably about like three, well, that's probably about like 3, 4 inches on the ground, just kind of rolling through. A little chilly. I must say, a little chilly if you let it touch your feet. It's not enough to actually like bother you, but you can definitely feel like a chill.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I guess this is the part where we start making skill checks. Gonna turn on my sensing ability. Telepathic awareness. Just to help aid the search. Gonna make a survival check for the mountain.
I'll have Alma out so her special eyes can keep an eye out, and I would like to aid um, Jay's survival since I am not too terribly good at survival.
Okay.
Okay, Alma, if you could keep an eye out for people to help.
Under the circumstances, probably will go with the hunter's stealth clothing. So, it's 2 from. No, it's +1 for an assist, right?
From what I recall, it's a +1 for an assist.
Okay. Goes up 18.
Because I don't have that teacher thing.
Mm-hmm. Too soon, Brian. Too soon.
Have seen of it, have not seen it.
Do not.
Yeah, it's like I will admit there was a part of me that wanted to morbidly check it out, but then I was like, no, I cannot feed them. If anything, from what I've heard, it will make me upset in an active fashion.
It is. It's one of those shows that is not only. It's not only bad. It is difficult, and it's not difficult because it'll anger you. It's difficult because it's not good.
Oh.
Have you ever seen one of those shows that's just so painful? It's just so poorly done. Not so much painful. It's like, oh no, it's not one of those. Oh my god, my childhood. I mean, it's that too, but it's just so badly written and done that it's like a slog to make it through. That is basically what it is. It is active work to do it. I know I'm like I watched reviewers who talked about how they couldn't bring themselves to review the whole series because they found themselves falling asleep 10 minutes into every episode, or they had to take breaks. And one guy was talking about how it took him 2 hours to make it through a 20-minute episode because he could only watch about five. He could only watch about 5 minutes of it at a time before he had to take a break. It is. I decided to, fuck it, whatever. Yeah, I decided to pirate an episode of it, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, maybe let me take a watch, and I did, and I made it through 2 episodes. It was difficult. Um, I think the best way to put it, um, Fred is a what was it? He's like a drug addicted, party going. I'll say drug addicted, party going, murderous. I'll say like murderer or something like that. It was really weird.
The only good thing I've heard about it is that there are times where it has good animation.
The animation, I must say, the animation's good, but I mean that's eh.
And when I say that specifically, whenever Velma was having one of her PTSD moments or something.
The color, I must say, the coloring and the cinematics are good. That is pretty much that's about the only thing I can give it. Is that the color? I must say the colors are incredibly good, and the colors are incredibly vivid. So that was a thing.
It's like that is the only good thing that I've heard about it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's one of those things. It's one of those shows where you watch it and it makes me feel bad. It's painful to watch, and it is not something I would actively watch if I had white friends sitting anywhere near me because it's that uncomfortable.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it is. It is very. It is very much. It is very much one of those white. It is very much one of those white men bad shows.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm like, yeah. Like every and honestly, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Shaggy. I'm gonna say was it? I'm gonna
Norville
say
was it?
yeah. I'm gonna say Shaggy. I'm gonna say Shaggy's basically Norville. Norville basically spends from at least from what I was told, spends the vast majority of the series chasing after Velma. Velma basically keeps shooting him down, talking about how much of a loser he is, how much of a wuss he is, and how she would never like anyone like him. And and yeah, it's and then I think at some point I think it said that he actually starts finding someone else attractive, and then she actively goes out of her way to attempt to sabotage that relationship because even though she doesn't want him, she doesn't want. I'm about to say she misses the attention, and so she attempts to sabotage the relationship that he actually finds himself getting into just so that he'll go back to fawning over her.
Listen, Norville. I don't want you, but I don't want you to want anyone else either. So that's just the situation, and you're gonna have to deal with it. Is I imagine the kind of thing that's going on with that.
It's pretty much. I don't know if they purposely wrote her to be completely unlikable. I'm guessing they wrote her to be unlikable
They must have.
because yeah, nobody in the series is actually likable. Everyone in the series is a complete dick. It's almost like a purposeful deconstruction I'll say of the entire Scooby Doo cast. It's like we just want everyone to stop, be terrible people. We don't want you. It's like by the end of the series, we don't want you to like anyone.
Like one of the things I heard, and I know at this point we're kind of detracting from the game, but One of the things I heard, I heard in one of the reviewers, because I have occasionally been looking at reviewers for this, because I don't actually, again, I don't, aside from that morbid curiosity, I don't actually want to see the show. And one of the reviewers mentioned there's a project whose acronym spells out Scooby, just so they can have lines like "What is Scooby Doo? Where is Scooby Doo?" kind of thing.
Hmm.
And it's something to deal with like brains. It kind of reminds me of the Futurama Brain in the Jar project,
Ah,
or the Dragoon from StarCraft. It was some sort of like keeping a brain alive and active after death kind of project, for what the reviewer was talking about.
okay.
And it's like, so you don't have the dog. I say, why is this being funded? It certainly isn't being personally funded.
Um, I'll never understand why or how half of the shit gets funded or even greenlit. But
It's like there are uh, there are ways to do shows without being actively insulting. Oh, wait. Um, okay, I do have a question for you since you have seen the pilot.
yes.
Do did they have the balls to actually have nudity on the show? Since there's a lot of violence and other vulgarness.
There is nudity, and most of it is with teenage girls in high school.
Bravo, we're not supposed to think about that, are we? Isn't that illegal?
Not if it's cartoon.
I know, not if it's a cartoon.
And not, I'm not saying not if you're trying to make a point.
I was more saying that just to be a dick, because you know it's animated. Ultimately it doesn't matter because they are fictitious individuals on a 2D landscape. But okay, because knowing a show like this, I was wondering if it was one of those situations of we're teasing we're gonna tease the pervs and not actually have anything, or we're gonna tease this tantalizing thing and not actually have it, because heaven forbid that you have something that at least people go, oh, this aspect, and ignore everything else. Like, no, they have the coloration though. Their colorizing is good apparently. So there's that. You can look at the purely the art of the colors and be like, the rest of the show does not exist.
I think that is the inherent goal. Yes.
Yeah, it's like the fuck. Anyway, Velma, it's a show that shouldn't exist but does.
All right. Let's see. All right. And for I say Tristan rolled his survival roll. All
Velma
right.
needed a local industrial association.
Let's see. Let's see. All my perception. All right. So Alma's looking around.
With her
Jay.
freaking super eyes.
Alma sees all. Um, Jay is doing his survival. Um, Jay, one of the things that you do notice, um, where I must say, where is Siri?
Siri would be out trying to track, sniff.
Okay. Um, I must say, you will get a +5 to your survival rolls.
An additional +5. Okay, so that brings that up to
Yes.
23.
Okay. Must say, so long as you were letting Siri lead the way, Siri seems very adept at finding its way through this frost. Its nose does not seem to be affected by the cold air that is on the ground. Um, as you start to reach as you start, I must say, as the pathway begins to narrow out, you will begin to reach a area that kind of that the fog seems, I must say, that this frosty fog seems to kind of dissipate. It's a bit patchy through here, but it is definitely a bit different.
Oh man, what happened to the leaves?
Ooh, spooky, spooky forest.
I'm now expecting a giant spider Pokemon.
So you are heading through here. Um, Alma is looking around. Alma will kind of hold out her arm to kind of be like, "Stop."
Anything showing up in my senses?
Any
um,
sensors?
how far?
Uh, telepathic awareness. Intuition +1. So currently that would be a radius of 6.
Oh, so a range of 6 meters.
Yeah, 1 second. I can put it on the map for you. What?
I'm like, fuck yes, you sense.
It's because your map is set to feet. No, okay. 1 second. Easy fix. So 6 in 5 foot range would be 30. Okay, definitely not sensing anything at that range.
Yeah, yes, no, you don't pick up anything. Alma seems to see. Alma seems to see something in the distance.
Is it a light? We should watch anything closer.
Alma will kind of give you the sense of there's trouble here.
Yeah, Alma, it is kind of creepy.
Um, all right, let's see. What are you guys gonna do?
Continue cautiously, unless Alma can give us specifics.
Alma will let us know that it saw something moving around up here. Up here.
I'll point the direction out.
Okay.
That is not true. That is not where the pathway leads, but it is definitely up ahead.
I forgot, Lettuce has new kicks, and they give him better movement.
Okay. You
Got
can take a movement phase.
got them Dr. Gel in there.
Just
Um, I'll scoop Alma up. um, I'll put her. I'll put her on my
yeah.
shoulder.
Okay. Are you gonna heal up Alma? Because I don't think that she's at full health.
Ah, there we
Are
go.
you at full health? Yeah.
Getting drained of all that money drained my life force, so I took some damage.
Well, I
Getting
mean,
ripped off, you know.
technically you came out 10,000. No, so you came out 20,000. 10,000 richer than what you were.
True.
No, not 10,000. 1,000. A little over, like roughly around about 1,100.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So she was pointing off the beaten path.
Up here, somewhere in the woods, she saw some move around. I'll say you guys can take a movement phase if you want. Uh, okay. Which case?
Again, I got new kicks.
Mhm.
Cool. Um,
There's some sort of super shoe,
The running shoe.
super moon shoes.
Oh, super moon shoe. So, okay, that's a different one. All right, my movement is 8.
I only know I had it because I was looking through my inventory and it was there.
8 on this map would be 40.
That's right, I got it at the fashion place.
Since we have Siri on the field.
okay. As you do that, I'll say as you do that, Jay, you will definitely pick up something. You pick up the exact same thing. I'm gonna say you will pick up two things. I'm gonna say actually no, you'll pick up one thing immediately. I'm gonna say while Lapsus is looking around.
Anybody know where these temporary
Uh,
hit points came from?
hmm?
I have 10 temporary hit points. I'm trying to figure out where they came from.
Surviving
I
Velvet.
oh that was from I believe the massage that you got.
Okay, so that still applies then?
Yes, for one day.
Okay, I was confirming that was the same adventure / day.
Yeah. I'd say you get it until you lose it or until you fall asleep.
Okay.
So, you will feel a presence up here as you guys make your way over here, lowering out of the tree line.
Ah, shit, I was right.
I want to say Spinnerack. I don't think that's right. I think it's the evolved form.
Yes, Ariados.
Okay.
Hi
Um,
there.
lowers out of the tree as the I'll say lowers out of the tree as Jay. You can sense it. Something is off with this one.
Of course it is. When is it not?
I'll say something seems a little off with it. Not full. It doesn't seem to be fully off as the other ones were previously, but this is definitely. I'm not saying this is definitely something. Something's definitely off of that one. Um, as several more of them seem to come skittering out of the tree line. Even though this place is kind of dark, you will see this purplish glow in their eyes.
Okay.
Roll for initiative.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know what this roll initiative he's talking about is. I can key in my initiative.
Yes, do that.
Can you add Herald to the initiative? Oh, well, let me put him on the board so you can do that.
I'll drop him on the map. Or you can drop him on the map, and then I'll add him.
Okay.
Here we go. Jesus Christ, this thing is fucking slow. Fucking hell. Oh my god. And it's. Oh, I forgot. Wow. That's weird. Oh, it's one of those Pokemon.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see. It's one of those Pokemon. It's one of those evolved Pokemon that technically kind of sucks.
It evolved to get lamer.
It evolved and it's still an underdog.
Some of those can be fun.
Not this one. Jesus Christ. Remember those Pokemon that I'm like, man, these Pokemon evolve and they become badass.
Yep.
This is not one of them. This did not happen. Jesus Christ. Unless I start rolling amazing on this thing is going to be incredibly disappointing. Okay. Let's see. Do you want Sienna in this battle?
Uh, reserve judgment until we actually see how the battle's going.
Okay. Cool. All right. Which case? Top of the round, Jay.
Okay. Well, we know from past experience if they are as possessed as they look, my social poke talking powers ain't gonna do shit, as I recall. And I haven't gotten any better at that. So, alright, Siri, keep seeing if you can find those kids. Defend yourself if they come at you, but otherwise focus on trying to track down the kids. Harold, keep us covered with. See, these are bugs, so they're probably going to be leaning more on physical than special attacks. So let's start with some. Let's start with a. Why the fuck not? We'll start with a bounce. Just go for this one since he's as good a target as any. I normally have them channeled anyway, so that's not something I need to worry about, but I can have our battle synchronization. And also that spirit boost thing.
Okay.
Harold's case, his attack is still his highest. Bounce is physical. So he will be gaining plus 6 damage on his bounce. David, you get whatever bonus you get, since I can never remember what Alma's thing is. And that should cover everything.
Okay. All right. Lattice, your turn.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, Alma, don't let him snag you in any webs. Um, let's bugs. But let's see how they deal with the charge beam.
Okay. Uh, Siri is going to look around, attempt to try to make a roll to do some sniffs. Hmm. Okay. It's going to kind of hold her paw up in this direction, that this is the path that needs to be taken.
Which way? Awesome.
Right. Harold.
Harold. Go. Harold. He will take his movement, which is that many. Yeah. As he leaps into the air, sword raised high.
Let's see if they suck enough for that to actually hit. Physical. Wow. Okay. Never seen a spider so fucking slow yet with such high defense. Um. Okay. I mean, it's not amazing defense, but it's better than I was expecting.
Is it better than a
Okay.
total of 2? That's the.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it manages to get out of the way. Jesus fucking Christ! What the hell?
Hang on. Where was that? Was that on Jay's sheet? Okay. The growth stone tier 4 knocks my ACC down by 1. So that means it's a ACC of.
Still misses.
Okay. However, it's now pressured, so suppressed, I believe, is what pressure did. So that's something.
Okay.
Also got +2 all stats, so that actually makes his thing 22. It's okay, buddy.
Okay. Alma.
Okay. Excuse me. Alma, the one directly in front of her, she's going to hit with a charge will be. Oh, no! Shit!
How do you want to botch that?
Shock Lattice for getting her in this situation. And she'll back out. Oof.
Says Lattice takes 5. Says Lattice takes 5 comedic damage.
Hmm.
Oh, you're reducing it to 5 comedic damage? Okay. Boom! Gah! Oh, ma!
Um, Lattice momentarily has a green afro.
Hmm.
Please don't tell me these are going to be the bad guys. After all the other bad guys you guys basically beat the shit out of, these are going to be the bad guys who actually do something.
One bad round isn't enough to necessarily say that yet.
Let's see. David, high or low?
Low.
Okay. They're going to look at you, then decide the Alma looks tastier.
But no!
Tristan, high, medium, or low?
Medium.
This one is going to start running over. It looks like it's about to go after. About to go after Siri. Then decides to go after you.
Interesting choice.
Okay. This one's going to run up to you. Is going to attempt scary face. Say status.
Okay, scary face.
As it gets up in your face and like it just rears back.
Status is just speed.
Yes.
So that means Jay's defense is A3 unless I'm missing something that I need to double check. But I don't think so.
Your speed is at 12. So
No, it's just the 3. I was checking to see if there was a class ability or something I wasn't accounting for.
Okay. So, all right. 1d20 minus its AC minus your 3. So if it's 0 or higher, then it hits. Of course. So
Hey, we all suck equally.
I'll say that one attempts to rear up and scare you, but your steely Ranger Reserve has has protected you. You've seen worse. You know, these might be spiders, but at least they're not hornets.
Hmm.
At least they're not bees and wasps and shit. So take what you can get. Okay. I'll say these ones are going to look at Alma, and they're going to look at Harold, and they are going to. I'll say these two are going to use. See, what is Alma's physical defense?
Alma. Well, it's been something that she's been working on. Her
Remember, it might be modified by a spirit boost. I don't know.
Her physical defense is 20. Her highest stat, by the way, is her special defense.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You wanted
Physical defense, yes.
yeah, her physical defense is as a total of 20. I was talking about evasion.
Yeah, evasion. Yeah.
Alright, her physical evasion is. Let's see, your synergy doesn't immediately provide an evasion bonus.
No, because we all fucked up this round and nobody gets the bonuses.
However, my trainings do kick in, so 8.
So it's a total of 8.
Yeah, evasion of 8.
Okay. Okay. So all right. So puts it at 10. All right. And what is Harold's?
Harold's physical defense.
Yes.
Physical defense is, let's see. Okay, so it's not anything. Alright, so that would be total of 9.
Okay, so you're max. Cool. All right, so these are the 2 rolls. If they roll a 0 or higher, then they hit. Okay. Cool. All right. So they let's see. Lower target speed by 1 combat stage. So must say they are effectively kind of throwing some sort of webbing at you.
Okay.
It does damage. Give me a second. It does damage. Hmm?
No, constrict isn't bug type.
Constrict is it's normal.
That's what I thought. Alright.
Yeah. So. See. 1 second. All right.
Oh, there goes Harold's temporary HP.
24 damage to Harold, 24 and 23 damage to Alma.
Physical was it?
I presume so.
Yes.
Not that bad.
Let's say Alma's let's say Alma's combat stages drop 2. I mean not combat stages. Mostly yeah. Speed combat stages drop 2 stages.
Hey, Brian, guess what?
If I remember correctly, it can't be lower.
Well, you want her. Which combat stages go down by 2?
Speed.
Speed combat
Speed.
stages go down by 2? Okay, is this 2 individual effects of 1 forming a -2?
Yeah, it's I'll say they hit you with 2 attacks, and the attack drops combat stages. When each time it hits, it drops combat stage by 1.
Okay, you know those you know the kind of Sundari tendencies that have been kind of played up a little bit with her.
Yes. Okay. That is ridiculous. I'll say she has become slower, yet somehow more murderous.
Well, do you realize how much is this like from webbing or something?
There's webbing.
Okay, she's just getting pissed at how much grooming it's gonna take to get the webbing out of her fur.
Um, I'll say, Jay, even though she is at the border of your aura, you can feel this intense psychic energy radiating off of Alma.
Okay.
That is so much combat stage in one turn.
I'll say you can actually you can technically like see you can see like the grass and like leaves beginning to rustle around her um, as this strange visible nearly visible aura of psychic energy begins like erupting out of her as she kind of looks down and sees like this webbing on her, and then you can tell like this rage begins to pool around her like stoic face.
Oh, you really shouldn't have done that.
The spiders look a little perturbed. The Alma's combat, I must say, Alma still seems to be at 11.
That's right. Her speed dropped.
Well, at least the spiders get to get one more go before they get murdered. So, all right, Jay.
All right. We're going to put evase. We're going to put continue maintaining my buff, and we're going to put evasive action and focus training on Harold as we tell him to follow up his previous attack. Oh damn! I could have used counter. All right. Have him follow up with an Igni, aka Ember, since bounce didn't work. And this time, remember your counters.
Counter, ha.
I is the smart.
Part of being a true gamer is forgetting what you're capable of doing.
This is true.
Okay. Lattice.
Ah, um. Alma hit one of them with psychic, and try to get out of their reach.
That is gonna suck. Oh my god. I'm not looking forward to that. Siri.
Siri is just kind of hanging out since I didn't give her orders, you know. So she's got the standing order to defend herself if somebody comes at her, but otherwise,
You said Siri has the standing orders of doing what now?
defend herself if somebody comes at her, but otherwise she's just kind of hanging out.
Okay, cool. Okay. Cool. So if somebody attacks her, she will attack back. Harold.
All right, buddy. Let's see with his +1. So he's got an effective +2 to hit right now. Oh no, that bonus only applies to physical attack, so he doesn't get the +2. Oh, for the love of God.
It's gonna be one of those days. Right. Um, Harold swings his sword that but is just slow enough, having been caught up in the gunk of the webbing to send, I'll say, to where the Ariados is able to jump to the side with the Igni flying past it, burning some of the webbing on the tree behind it. Harold looks just as frustrated as you sound.
Okay.
Let's see. The Ariados is gonna. Uh, this one's going to attempt to constrict you, Jay. What is your defense?
Same as it was a minute ago. Plus that, so a total of 5.
Apparently, these things can't hit humans. This is the best thing you've learned from this. If Sid was here, he'd be beating the crap out of them because apparently they can't hit shit. So, it shoots his webbing at you as you know. Strangely, this odd training that you went through with with this ranger. I'll say with Ranger Tammy was surprisingly helpful as you are able to bob and dodge out of the way. Um, it's being able to maneuver and easily finagle around this. You don't know how anyone else is actually getting hit. It seems pretty easy for you. These other ones, however, let's see. Um, this one, high or low, David?
Low.
This one, looking at Alma, is going to deem that you are a far easier target. Is going to make its way over to you.
Oh no.
This one already has Alma, is already in the middle of attempting to wrap up Alma, is going to continue doing so.
Oh
Um,
no.
I'll
You
say,
want to do that,
well,
brother?
not going to necessarily attempt to. I'll say not necessarily going to attempt to wrap her up, but it's not smart. I can't honestly say that's smart enough to actually know what just happened with her. So I can't actually stop her from doing any of this other stuff. Is going to attempt to. I'll say they're going to attempt to scary face all of you.
Okay. Is that a status?
is a status. It is against your speed.
Okay, Lettuce has a speed evasion of 1.
Okay. And speed evasion for Harold is
9. Oh wait, just speed evasion for Harold.
Um,
Speed evasion for Harold would be 6.
okay. Speed evasion for Alma.
3.
Yes, I don't have to do anything with that. Okay. Alma has been scary faced. Lattice has been scary faced. Harold, seeing your resolve, Jay, um, I'll say, seeing your resolve is presented with a scary face and is actually more irritated than scared, as I'll say, Harold seems to be incredibly angry at the fact that Bounce didn't work, nor did Igni. And this thing now has the nerve to be making faces at it. Um, Alma does not appreciate being presented with a scary face because this, I must say, Alma is less scared. I must say, Alma is less scared and more shocked at how ugly this thing is. Alma's speed is lowered by 2 combat stages.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that also means though special attack is just written by 2 combat stages.
Special attack is now at maximum stage.
Hey, maximum murder. Good.
Let me adjust her speed. Not that it's going to matter very much.
And Lattice's speed has been dropped. Oh no, you're going to be second in the initiative. So everyone else is a Pokemon. The only person you're competing against is Jay. Then technically, there's no point in you even really changing, except for purposes of combat. I'm saying defense dodging. Technically, you now have an effective speed dodge of 0.
Oh, I did it the wrong direction. Here, let me fix that. I was wondering why I got higher. There we go. Okay, Olma.
Okay. Yeah, they've done their thing. It's time for Alma to start. Jesus Christ, I'm almost afraid to see this shit.
Olma will back up one as she is backing up, focusing on this one right here. She will psychic this one. And keep in mind, psychic has a push effect. So the push effect is going to be in this direction with the intent on having it land on its buddy, provided this hits. I think that hits.
Hey, we finally get that +1 to go off.
It's accuracy and evasion, yeah?
Okay.
And its special defense special defense goes down 1 combat stage. Be even weaker, face her wrath.
Okay. So. Okay. Okay. So let's see. If I remember correctly, it subtracts defense. It subtracts
subtract and then apply stat, and then apply effectiveness.
Yeah. So it should be. Well, you can see a psychic type special. There you go. It's all
Yep,
right.
it's psychic type, and this is this is super effective on this.
And I don't know when its special defense goes down a combat stage. I don't know when that's applied.
It doesn't really matter because he's out.
Ah, is he pushed on top of his buddy?
Yeah, he will land on top of him. Um, uh, I will say that. All right, cool. This one will take 5 points of damage as its buddy just lands on top of him like. As it lands on top of him, and you will see this black mist kind of raise off of it and go drifting off into the sky.
Don't piss off Alma. She'll fuck you up.
Yeah, Alma can effectively one-shot everything here. Jesus Christ. Okay. Fucking underdogs. Okay. Descending Jay. You see Alma effectively Mewtwo one of these spiders.
All right, Harold, try the flames again. Actually, you know what? No, don't forget the flames. Try Ard, and by that I mean Psychic. That seems to work pretty well. And last round of me providing buffs. That's it for me.
Okay. Say, Lattice.
Yeah. Great job, Alma. Maybe you can deal with this one too? Okay. That'll be it for the me.
Okay. Okay. Siri has not been attacked yet. Harold.
Alright, Harold is attempting Psychic. David did land a hit. Aha! And we will push it one square diagonally towards that paired between David and Alma.
Sorry? Paired between?
The two spiders between you and Alma. I'm pushing mine one square that way.
Gotcha.
Okay, so where are you throwing them at?
It moves one square towards David and Alma.
Oh, okay. What, this one?
The one one Herald spider.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, that will hit. And does. Okay, he does manage to live. Barely. It looks incredibly rough.
Well, that's it for me.
Oh, did it not actually? Oh, you son of a bitch. Let's see if we can actually do that again. Work, you son of a bitch, work. No, let's try. All right. Let's see. These things. Mildly sick and tired of not being able to hit you. Not being able to hit you, Jay. Okay. Okay. Is going to attempt to make a. Is going to attempt to. What is it going to attempt to do? It's going to attempt leech life on Siri. This does count as snowy terrain for Siri.
Okay.
So one of her abilities should kick in.
Not sure it'll be useful, though she is at +2 because she's part of the Gestalt. Glisten, immune to fairy.
I think it's the one above that.
Snow cloak, +1 evasion, +2 in hail or snowy terrain.
I say this does count as snowy terrain because she is. I say you still do have like the mist on the ground.
Yep.
So.
Effectively, she has a defense bonus of 3. And they're trying to do what to her?
Attempt to try to use leech life, so it's going to attempt to try and bite her and take some.
Physical or special?
That is physical. Almost all of its attack is physical.
Doesn't matter. It's still 9.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 1d20 minus 11. Of course. Fucking hell.
Well, I mean, it happens, you know?
I know. I hate critting in Pokemon, though. I just feel like an asshole.
Well, I mean, ice, that's grass, normal damage. Okay, so she has a defense.
See, this chart. Grass against ice, yeah, it's just
normal.
Wow, grass wouldn't be as effective, but okay.
And you said this is special? No, this was physical. Yeah.
See, so I believe it's not max damage. I just rolled double, correct?
Yeah, you just rolled double. Okay, that's not too bad. Minus 15 brings that down to 18.
Okay.
So,
All right. So it's okay. So it recovers 9, even though it hasn't been hurt yet.
and I believe she gets to take her held action now.
Yes.
Actually, this would be plus. Okay.
That is special. And this thing is shit against special.
Oh, thank God.
As a matter of fact, it is shit against everything except for physical. And technically, it's not even that great against that either. But it's underdog without all of the fun stats the underdog gets if you have a trainer. So it's the worst kind of underdog. Give me a moment to make sure because I believe they might be weak against ice. No, and no. Jesus Christ. Okay. Apparently, this is so fucking weird. This type effectiveness chart is bullshit. All right. Okay. Well, it hits. That's the important thing. And it is hurt. Based on what you can see, you at least you knocked down over half of its HP.
Well, that's something.
Okay, it kind of reels back as it shakes off the ice. This one is going to, let's see, these two over here are going to attempt to, other moves as I have. All right. Cool. This one is going to turn around. I'll say this one's going to head back over. This one is going to go after Alma. And they are both going to attempt to use Shadow Sneak.
Okay. What evasion is that versus?
Shadow Sneak is versus physical because every single one of their moves is physical. Except for fucking scary things. So one at home, I'll say. So yeah.
Let's see, and whenever I get an action bonus from that, I also get an evasion buff. Okay.
It's currently at +3.
Harold, I believe, is a maxed out 9.
Yep.
And Alma is physical defense.
2 from that because of that. 7.
Oh, sorry. Ignore the lattice one.
Ah!
Yeah. Thought I erased that. Okay. Harold and Alma are both hit with Shadow Snake.
Which is special or physical?
It's physical.
Haha.
Ghost. I know, a physical ghost attack. Sounds really dumb, but okay.
That's not what the aha's about, but sure.
She's weak to ghost.
26 Alma, 31 Harold.
Okay, Harold. 31. Physicals 17.
Counter.
Yep, that's the idea. Resolve the attack as it was resisted one step. This was Ghost type, which Fire has no special relationship with. Resisted is halves, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have it, and then I take double that.
1 second, I will let you know. Okay, so Harold. Resisting the attacks one step. After the attack is resolved, the triggering foe loses hit points equal to twice the amount of health points lost. So 14.
Okay. Cool. It must say it will hit you with shot. It must say it will hit you with Let's see. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. Right. So. Okay. Cool. Harold will. I'll say this. I'll say this bug will. Its hand will. I'll say the shadowy essence of it will formulate in its giant claw as it swings it down, smashing it on Harold, creating this dust cloud as that dark energy seems to swirl around Harold's sword, mixing with its flames as Harold spins around in a circle, smacking the mess out of this Ariados, knocking it, sending it flying through the air, knocking it unconscious.
Ah! Okay. Damn,
Um,
nice.
okay. Halma.
Alma. It had to get closer, didn't it? Didn't it?
didn't didn't have much of a choice.
What? Well, I don't
Yep.
know if that hits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not you guys. I can't do this. Say I'm not you. I'm not you guys. I'm like I don't get to do this stuff. Oh god.
Alma, destroyer of worlds.
I mean, technically. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that goes about as well as you can think as Okay, yeah. Alma ragdolls this this Ariados.
Bam, 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 bam,
Um,
bam.
yeah, you will see her slamming it into trees, across into the woods and everything. You almost feel bad for it, Jay. Um, almost seems as if Lattice isn't really commanding her anymore. You almost want to be like, I think it's unconscious. You see the X's on its eyes probably about like three slams ago. The dust. I'm gonna say the blackness seems to have evaporated out of its body. Alma finally lets it go as it finally like hits the ground like. Not only does it look unconscious, it also looks dizzy. Like I'm gonna say like it's about to throw up for being thrown around so much. Um, top of the round. Um,
Oh, shit, there's one
I'm
more.
gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have this one roll real quick to see if it wants any smoke.
So, Pokemon, tell us what you doing. Nope it out!
Um, yeah, Jay, you can pick up. I'll say, without even trying, you can pick up that this one, despite the influence that it is under, its animalistic instinct is telling it that it does not need it should not be here right now. You can tell that even though it seems to be relatively I'll say the primal instinct to fight and feed is being overwhelmed right now by the more primal instinct of survive and flee. On this turn is probably going to try to run.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
That's the one in front of me, right?
It's the only one left. Everyone else is unconscious
Mm-hmm.
and vomiting.
Now, here's the thing. From what we've seen before, if we attack them, they're more likely to get their brains back.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they go unconscious, the blackness seems to leave.
So, as much of as a dick move as it is, we really are better off bopping him on the head. Uh, okay, so I guess with the intention of liberating the creature, we continue to attack, guys.
He's gonna look around and be like, "Wait, what?" Retreat. Lattice. What are you doing?
Uh, uh, okay, it's. Oh. Oh, wow. That's. That's a lot. Uh. Jay, do you have the other one?
I think so.
Um. Alma use light screen? Just in case.
Okay. Siri.
Siri was attacked, so she would continue pressing. However, she's going to lose some of that accuracy buff.
Oof. And that will... Exactly. How do you want to do this?
She'll just kind of like, freeze it in place with her ice breath, so, it becomes that, his head's still exposed so it can breathe, but, the thing where you the Pokemon last time they become an ice block.
Okay. You will glass the Pokemon in ice block as his head's just kind of sticking out. It's like, bah! It's... I'm gonna say, its little spider mouth will open as the dust. I'm gonna say as the black mist kind of pours out of its mouth and goes and dissipates into the air.
Okay.
Okay. And with that, you have managed to clear this section of the map. Looking, must say, as you congratulate Siri, she does seem to almost not pay attention to you, as she is kind of staring upwards, as she seems to be staring through the woods up towards the mountain.
Ooh.
Seems to be, must say, with what you can tell, is a bit of a concerned and worried, a bit of concern and worry, like clouding her mind. And with that, Alma, powers down.
I'd imagine at this point, unless there's an imminent threat coming, I don't know what your singer's going to be, but barring some sort of imminent threat stinger, I'd imagine she'd walk over to Lattice and just like present a cone in a demanding fashion, because I think she's still covered in webbing.
Yes. There is still some webbing. Most of it fried off with the. I'm say a good chunk of it fried off with like the psychic energy pulsing around her, but there's still like webbing in her little her little pompadour thing on top of her head. But yes, she will present you with a comb for grooming.
After seeing what she did, it's like I don't want to. I don't want to upset her right now. So I'll start. I'll start the grooming process with the comb.
Okay. She will levitate and just kind of sit in your arms while you comb her. It's like, we can walk now. Let's say, as Lattice looks like a evil supervillain grooming a cat. Okay. Um, you will hear. I'll say after this intense battle, you will hear one final click from a familiar camera shutter.
Oh, good. You did get all that.
Well, yeah. I'll say if I'm not fighting, I'm going to be recording.
Well, hopefully you've got some good moves to add to your list then.
Yeah, assuming that you guys can use half of them.
Yeah, we won't know that till we try. So.
Yeah. Can you spit webs out of your butt?
Fringilla might be able to. You know, maybe at some point we should actually just put like a handout in the in our journals so we know what moves you have that we get bonuses to.
Okay. I'm gonna say technically at this point, let's see. I would need to look it up, but I believe you get bonuses to. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna need to go through her list because you get bonuses to pretty much almost every move that you use on a normal basis.
Yeah, I know we get a lot.
Yeah. No, so almost every move that you use, there are some moves that you use that that she hasn't had a chance to do because she can only record one move per round.
Yeah.
So she has to kind of save it in case someone does something really awesome. But yeah, she can only record so many moves a day, and then so many moves, whatever. So she's like, "Hey, if we're gonna run into some sort of enemies, and I don't want them using some sort of move, and I'm not there to record it."
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, she does have a good chunk of your moves. I know one of them for certain is psychic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we use that one a lot in her presence.
Yeah, I'm about to say I know psychic Ard. I'm about to say your psychic, your Ember, and she did get Aurora Beam down, and you do have counter. And charge beam.
Yep.
Aurora Beam is something that you can teach to other Pokemon as well, because I think there are a handful of Pokemon that you guys have that can actually learn it. But yeah, with that, Siri will give you a pathway that you can. I'll say a pathway as the ground, as the path on the ground begins to disappear, and you are simply walking through grass, making your way to the base of the mountain.
Awesome.
And with that, we will call it.
Cool.
Alright, so yeah, I wasn't expecting God Psychic, though I think that is the I didn't expect competitive to freaking go off like that. Holy shit.
Do we get XP for the fight, or are you going to hang off on that?
Up to you guys. Do you want XP for this, or do you want to?
Since there's probably going to be a boss after this, might not be a bad idea.
True that.
Up to you guys. Okay, cool. Give me 1 second. It's an easy enough thing to factor.
I am lame and need to actually put experience into my Pokemon.
There you go.
360. Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Say to divvy up as you see fit, or if you just want to dump it all into one.
I find Pokemon as a game having the strange kind of economy of yes, the world expects a team, but generally people I imagine people will generally try to play it as having a favorite because I think even like Mezzo when you were playing Mezzo that way you had a team you still had a favorite in the form of Godzilla trademark Totsumi.
Yeah. I'm about to say, yeah, I'm like everyone's gonna have like their hell, even Ash had his favorites. So it was like, I mean, I'm like everyone has their one favorite Pokemon. Ideally, you don't dump everything into that one because God forbid that one goes down, and then
Yeah.
the rest, like you've got like one Pokemon that's like level 60, and then it's like, oh no, he finally went down. Like the next strongest Pokemon is like level 30, and then you're like woefully outmatched, and then you're like, well, shit.
Hmm.
So I'll say, like I said, most people do the whole squad of six. I'll say do the squad of six, and then just kind of roll with that. I'm gonna say, now granted, I'm gonna say, I believe in that game, I had like a squad of eight. I had a squad of eight, but that was because I didn't know what the final battle was going to entail.
Yeah.
If I knew the final battle was basically just going to be a shit ton of Mewtwo's, then I wouldn't have worried so much.
I still think that was good. I still remember the scene where it's like, yeah, that's 281 damage. And you're like, no, it's not. It's like, what? That was like 15 future sites. It's like, yeah, but no. It's like, huh? Dark. What?
He
Yeah,
was like,
immune to
he's not
psychic.
dark. He's rock. He was like, he's not dark. He's rock and ground type. I'm like, he was rock and ground type. Then he evolved. And he was like, wait, what? And then he just looked up. He's like, son of a bitch. He's like, okay, don't worry. I got Swift. And I was like, aha, I knew you'd have Swift. I'm rock type. Wait, what? Normal type attacks are half effective. Wait, what? And I already, and plus that, I was saying, since I took Stat Ace, and I have Stat Ace defense, my defense is fucking maxed out. This is halved. I just took five. I'll say I took 5 Swifts, so that means I took 5 points of damage. Like, do this all fucking day. I was like, okay, sweet. I was like, okay, I got Thunderfang right here. I use Thunderfang. Oh no, I crit on anything above a 13.
You seem to forget, Team Rocket, that I am Mezzo and this is my forte.
Like, I am going to be the Pokemon Master. He's like, where's Giovanni? I want my fucking badge. Everybody else is like, I came to Meridian City, a fucking badge. Where's the fucking gym leader? And everybody else just running into. Was it me? I think it was mainly me and Kevin just running around being fucking lunatics.
Yeah, you guys were outside doing that while we were inside trying to
Actually doing the. I'll say you and everybody else inside doing the actual plot. Kevin just running around like, we get to kill everything. And it's like I want to ride on Pidgeotto. Oh, he's like, I want to ride on Pidgeot and I want to rain death on everything. I don't know why that was so much fun. I know I'll never be able to do that again, but that was so much fucking fun. Like Tyranitar uses Outrage. When the fuck did he learn Outrage? Since I'm a trainer and I can teach it myself because that's a skill, that's the class that it took. I was like, I saw somebody else use outrage, therefore I gave myself outrage. And then I looked and saw Tyranitar color in outrage, and now Tyranitar learns outrage, and you surrounded me with 6 Mewtwo's, and like you surrounded me on all sides with Mewtwo's, and you had them all stand literally right next to each other. And outrage hits everything in a burst, so every Mewtwo around me takes 150 damage. Dragon type. And psychics don't do anything against that. So, and he was like, they're all dead. I was like, yay. He was like, well, you can only do that once a day. I was like, says you. What are you talking about? I took this feature, which allows me to increase things. So it's supposed to be daily, but now it's twice daily. So now there's a new group of Mewtwo's that surround me. So I use outrage again. And he was like, well, you can't use it again. And he was like, oh, contraire, I have this other trainer feature that allows me to recoup a move at the expense of an AP. So I use outrage again.
Mezzo has officially earned the title OP, or the full version of the title OP Haxor.
I'll say only helpful because everyone basically set me up to be able to do that. Under normal circumstances that would not have worked. I'll say we basically all just kept taking traits and levels that would benefit each other to do one thing or another.
I mean, say what you want about the campaign and stuff like that, but I really liked the fact that we built up each other and became a very powerful team.
We were an amazing team.
Oh,
I was like,
you forget Darkspider, forget the Emerald Grotto. Just send us in, and it will get done.
I'm like, I did because I wasn't there when it first started, so I didn't know what the other squad was. I'm over here like, oh shit, this other squad must be kind of fucking badass because they're doing all this stuff. And then I think when they finally ran into us, it was like, don't fuck with us. We got like a level 30 like jellyfish or some shit, and I was like, what? What was it? What was it, Tristan? I can't remember. They had like a.
It was
They
a
had
level
like
30
a.
something that we were not impressed with because we even had type advantage and level advantage. It was.
Yeah, I think we had like what, half to twice their level.
Yeah, something like that.
It was like we had the same level as characters, but I was like, as far as their Pokemon, they did not focus on raising their Pokemon for shit.
Yeah, I don't think we beat them in character levels till later in the game.
But man, I remember